welcome to the Upkeep for Monday, August 26, 2019.
That's right. It's all of the magic news you need in 10 minutes or less.
All right, first up, the big thing from this past weekend, of course, was MagicFest Vegas.
Whole buckets. It was a whole bunch of days of side events, main events, commander events, cosplay events, panel events, every kind of event you can imagine.
And me losing money.
That's one kind of event.
That's true. But yeah, there was so much stuff. We were both there hanging out. A big thank you to everybody who came up and said hi to us. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was super great. It was so much fun to meet people.
So the big event, one of the two main events was a modern event.
Yes.
And it may not surprise you to learn that Hogak took the whole thing down.
Yep, piloted by Simon Nielsen. There were 5 copies of Hogak in the top 8.
Wow, I would say unbelievable, but it is completely believable.
Really, unfortunately, highly believable.
And the interesting thing, too, for Simon, he's been on a tear. He just came in second, which we talked about in the Upkeep last week.
Yeah.
In Grand Prix Birmingham, which he won that the previous year. So he's doing all right for himself.
Yeah.
And he told me he loves the Hogak deck.
Well,
so he's going to be...
We have bad news coming for you later in the podcast, Simon.
Might be a little bit sad.
There were also 2 copies of Eldrazi Tron and a Urza or Urza Thopter Sword combo deck in the top 8.
Yes. And by the way, that was not the only main event. As we said, Limited playing Modern Horizons was the other main event for the weekend. So 2 big Grand Prix at MagicFest Vegas.
Yes, and this one was won by none other than Alan Wu, who is also on a tear.
Yes, he won the last 2 Grand Prix he played.
Oh, wow.
I mean, like, how would you like to just show up and be like, nah, I think I'm going to go to Grand Prix and that means I win it.
Yeah, who does he think he is? Matt Nass?
I guess so. And playing Limited too, Modern Horizons master here. Alan Wu, of course, Pro Tour 25th anniversary champion.
That's right.
With his team. So congratulations to him in the Limited portion of the tournament.
Yes, there's also other news coming out of MagicFest Vegas. There was the Old School Championship. Jonathan Salem won with Hive Control.
Yes.
And there was a cheating scandal.
The old boy was there.
There was a big time cheating scandal. So that event originally wrapped up on Friday.
Yeah.
Whole thing happened. They had a winner. Turns out that the winner cheated
was
big time.
Was a big old cheaty McCheat face.
Big old cheater. So in case you didn't hear about it, what happened is at one point he was playing Athena.
Yes.
Elantris on Twitter, and she was like, "This is really cool because it's this guy who had piloted this control deck and helped build this control deck way back in the day." Yes. And she was like, "Oh, this is really cool. I'm playing him." So she took a photo of their board state and tweeted about it.
Oh boy.
And then he won. He went on to win the event. And someone from Wizards or someone from Coverage, Channel Fireball, took a picture of his full deck to be like, "Look at this deck that won the Old School Championship." And someone was like, "Wait a second. His full deck only has 1 copy of Circle of Protection Red in it. And in this photo where he's playing against Athena, who is playing a red deck, there happen to be 2 copies of Circle of Protection Red in play."
And this turned into a big whole thing because he showed up on Twitter, concocted some ridiculous excuse about why this was not accurate. And it was just something about his testing deck, and he didn't want a picture of his actual deck because he wanted to protect his tech from the olden days, which is just a load of bollocks.
It was really a contrived story.
Yes.
But he ended up giving back the trophy. They made everyone who was X and 1 replay the tournament, had another top 8.
All those people can only say, I top 8'd the same tournament twice.
Exactly.
Very few people can say that. Because honestly, the funny thing is, the winner, Jonathan Salem, had come in second, had lost to this guy.
And Athena, who had originally lost in the quarterfinals again.
And Eric Froelich, who had lost in the semis, lost in the semis again.
All right.
So it was like nature resetting itself.
There was also a Modern Madness charity tournament.
Yes.
Cedric Phillips won that with Storm.
Yeah, so that was where the community voted on the top 8 modern decks of all time and pitted them against each other. So he won a full foil sheet. It was a cool tournament, although there was no boggles in that top 8. I can't imagine why.
There was a Battle Bond charity event that Jimmy Wong and Gavin Verhey won.
Yeah, and they were playing for Save the Children, so they donated $1,000 to that charity. So that was pretty cool to see. That was going on in the Command Zone area of MagicFest Vegas, which, by the way, more than 1,000 people signed up to play Commander at the MagicFest that weekend.
That's impressive.
It was really cool to see. And Channel Fireball has confirmed moving forward, all of their Grand Prix, MagicFest will have a Command Zone area to go. So if you're like, I don't want to play in the main event, I don't necessarily want to play drafts, I want to jam some Commander, there'll be an area for you.
You can go hang out in the Command Zone.
Yeah, it'll be really cool.
Yeah. There's also also a DQ in the limited portion of the Magic Fest. None other than Amaz.
Yes.
Popular streamer Amaz DQ'd for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of talk about this, and you can go on Twitter and read it all for yourself. But apparently a judge asked him, please don't walk through the area behind the tables. He did not heed the judge's warning and walked past the judge, bumping into him, which got him a USC minor and eventually a disqualification from the tournament from the head judge. Hey, everybody, do what the judges say, please. They are there to help you. They're wonderful people. They do not DQ at random or because of vindictive feelings. That's not how it works. They're great, wonderful human beings who help us out at tournaments. So be respectful of them, please.
All right, coming up next, the big news of the day. The banned and restricted announcement is here, effective as of August 30th and on Arena September 4th. Maria, tell me about what you're most excited for.
Okay, well, what I'm most excited for.
Oh, yeah, what are you most excited for?
Hogak's gone.
Yep, I mean, Hogak is very gone. Hogak's gone, but not only is Hogak gone, Faithless Looting is gone from Modern.
That is huge.
Wow.
Do you know how many decks that impacts? Like
so many.
Top tier decks, like 6?
I think that the one that they were gunning for with that was the Phoenix one.
Yes.
The blue, the Is It Phoenix deck.
Is It Phoenix? So Is It Phoenix, it hits Mardu Pyromancer. It hits Hollow One, if anyone was playing that anymore.
Yeah.
And even more than that I can't think of off the top of my head right now. Storm.
Yeah.
I mean.
As a random, that one feels like it's just like they got pinged on
on the way out.
They were not the target, but like someone was like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to shake up Modern. And not only that, there was an unbanning.
Yes, of Stoneforge Mystic.
Welcome back, Stoneforge Mystic.
Wow, people are gonna be excited about this one.
They really are.
I can't wait to see if we actually get some exciting decks out of it.
Yeah, and Wizards said they were interested in promoting more creature combat and that sort of thing, which I know you'll be upset about.
I really am.
The unbanning of Stoneforge. I have
Deeply
never
upset about
played Modern when Stoneforge was legal.
Me neither.
So this is gonna be a whole new world for me.
Yeah. Rampaging Ferocidon is also unbanned in Standard. So you can go on and have a hot 4 weeks playing that one.
Get in there, Jun Dinos. We got you a new friend. I think that's pretty funny.
There are some new restrictions in Vintage, in case that's your jam. Karn the Great Creator, Mystic Forge, Mental Misstep, and Golgari Grave Troll are all restricted. Fast Bond, unrestricted. So, hop on out there. Play
crazy.
That Fast Bond deck that you've been waiting to play in Vintage.
We were talking about this morning with James Turner from Loading Ready Run. He's like, oh, Fast Bond's unrestricted. All right.
Oh.
Knuckle crack. Let me get in there.
Let's jam 4 copies of that into a deck. We all know that's what we wanted.
All right, big news. The Hall of Fame ballots are out for 2019. So if you head to Twitter or social media, you see a lot of people talking about who they're voting for and why.
We'll talk about it on our full-length podcast.
Yes. And it's interesting, too, because we don't really know what's going to happen with the Hall of Fame moving forward in Magic. And on Weekly MTG this past week, they talked about it a little bit. They say 2019 is the year of the current Hall of Fame structure will continue as it has in the past, but they don't know what's going to happen next year for sure. They're looking at a way to include non-pros, so that'd be people like Richard Garfield, BDM, people have made...
Richard Garfield? Why would you want him in the Hall
What
of
did
Fame?
he do?
What has Richard Garfield ever done for the game of Magic?
People have contributed to the game in major ways, and maybe even something like a nominating committee for stuff like that.
Exciting. So gear up for the last year of heated debate.
Yes. Maybe.
We'll
find out.
Yes. Turner's E-League will be producing a weekly arena competition show beginning on September 4th.
Yeah, that's kind of exciting stuff. On TBS, we'll take a look at what that means. We don't know if it'll be on air, if it'll be streamed or something like that, but it's kind of cool to see these other companies saying, hey, we're going to produce content around Magic Arena.
Yeah. Then there's also going to be a Magic the Gathering companion app, which can help you organize home tournaments on your iOS and Android. It's available now.
Yeah, so WotC put this out. They say that it's a pretty narrow usage. They know that a lot of life trackers and stuff are already out there, so they wanted some way for if you're running a tournament at home, here's an app and an easy way for you to do it.
Very cool. All right, that's all of the news for this week.